Hey everybody, this video once again brings us back out to Winter Garden, and I always park too close to the tree. This video brings us back out to Winter Garden, Florida, because I had to go out to the post office, drop off some packages, and since I haven't been out here yet this week I've been out to Winter Garden this week, but I haven't been out to this store this week. I figured, why not pop in? Why not check them out? We are, of course, here back once again at the Goodwill here in Winter Garden, Florida. Back at the Winter Garden, Florida Goodwill to see what deals we could hopefully find. The Goodwills, as of recently, haven't been great. They've been a little lackluster. In fact, all the thrift stores in the area, as of recently, have been a little lackluster, which means I'm due for a good haul. I'm due for some awesome, amazing, fantastic deals. And since I'm here bright and early in the morning, 9 a.m., just as they're opening, that means all the good deals are still sitting there on the shelf waiting for me, right? We're gonna find some good stuff today. I can feel it. Although every time I say that, I end up not finding anything. But today, knock on, I think that's real. I think that's real wood. Knock on wood. We're gonna find something. Knock on wood. We're gonna find something good. See, I'm rhyming. We gotta find something. All right, I'm skipping the Disney stuff. Well, I'm not gonna skip the Disney stuff. We will get into the Disney stuff today, but I'm gonna skip it for now and dive just immediately into all the media, which looks to be, fairly well stocked. I don't know if there's actually much in the way of anything new. There's some decent looking Blu-rays, but all stuff I have. Don't really know if there's any actual Blu-rays I need to pick up, but there could be some DVDs, maybe some VHS, maybe some box sets. Who knows what we're gonna find. I do see things like Walk Hard. I wish the Blu-rays were not $4 a piece. I don't really want to pay $4 for a copy of for a rental copy. That's only the special features. It doesn't even have the movie, so never mind anyway. But like Walk Hard, one of my all-time favorite comedies, definitely something I would want for the van. Also Inglourious Basterds, something I would want for the van. The issue is I just don't $4 want them for the van. Hercules, again, things I want for the van. I just don't really want to be paying $4 for something that I want for the van. I would be so much happier at like $2 or $1 would be even better, but I don't know. If I can't find anything else, maybe I'll pick one of those up just because I want to grab something. But again, just not thrilled with the new higher prices here at the Goodwill, at least as far as the media is concerned. Can you guys tell I just woke up maybe like 30 minutes ago? My voice, I feel like my voice, I feel like it's very, very deep right now. I feel like it feels deeper than it normally is. I don't know. Maybe it just sounds that way to me. Maybe on actual camera, it sounds just fine. But I don't know, I feel like my voice is very, very deep at the moment. So, all right, I'm not finding anything yet. I still have not yet watched the last Twilight movie. I know I'm going to get comments, ooh, Twilight, come on. But I didn't hate, like, the first, how many movies are there? 6? 4? 5? Whatever, how many movies? The first movies up until the last one, I actually thought were good. I didn't mind them. I enjoyed them. I have the entire collection, the entire series. I have like the box set, the Blu-ray box set of all the movies. I just never got around to watching the last one. I was watching them like as they came out, and then I just didn't watch the last one. So I'm at the point now where that was so long ago. I'm gonna have to rewatch all the other movies. So I have to like find some time to sit down and just rewatch them all, so I can finally watch the second one. Same thing happened with Weeds. I watched that whole show except for the last season because again I was kind of like watching them as they came out, and now I feel like I got to watch the whole thing again just to get myself recaught back up. So I hope one of these days I'll have time to just sit down and watch that whole thing all over again. Oh yeah, we're off to a fantastic start today. So I am finding this, which is pretty awesome. It's Recording the Producers, a musical romp with Mel Brooks. This is actually a really, really good documentary all about them recording the soundtrack to the play, The Producers, not the movie, but the play. This is a really, really good documentary because I love the music from The Producers, one of my all-time favorite soundtracks. So again, really, really good. I don't know what they're charging $3, but really, really good. But the disc has like, I don't know if it's disc rot, but whatever, it's not scratches. It's something that is not looking good, will not come off. I don't know. And I'm also finding this Feral. I've never heard of this movie before. I'm intrigued. I don't know. You guys leave your comments down below. Let me know if you've seen this movie. Let me know if this is any good. But unfortunately, it doesn't matter because this one doesn't have disc rot. This one just was used as a hockey puck. This one is completely and totally destroyed. So I'm gonna pass on that one as well. I remember when I had the most difficult time trying to find a copy of Killing Zoe. I don't know why. I could not find a copy of this anywhere. I actually ended up breaking down and buying a copy of this, I think new off of like Amazon or something like that, because I just could not find a copy of it on DVD. I think I had it on VHS for the longest time. So eventually I did end up breaking down and buying a copy of it on DVD from Amazon or something like that. And now I find this movie pretty much everywhere. So that's pretty much the way it always goes. I'm going to pass on that. I have that. I don't need that. This, though, I'm intrigued by. The theater bazaar, I have no idea what this is. It's creepy. Is that what that says? Creepy? It doesn't say crappy. No, I think it says creepy horror. They were asking, what, $24 for this? Adult only? I don't know where this came from. But it's that right there, right down there that has me sold. That little tiny logo right there that makes me think, maybe this might be something I actually want to pick up. I have no idea. Again, I have never heard of this. I know nothing about this. The disc is not 100% minty. It's got a couple scratches on it, but I think it'll play just fine. I am intrigued. I'm gonna pick this up. If you guys have seen this movie, if you know anything about this movie, leave your comments down below. Let me know about this one. Again, I'm just intrigued. I don't know. It's mainly the logo that has me sold. This could have been a good find for the van, but I don't know. I do love critters. I do want to have critters in the, well, I do not want to have critters in the van, whether it's these critters are rats and snakes and mice and squirrels, whatever critters I don't want in my van. But the movie critters I definitely want for the van collection. I just don't necessarily $3 want it. And also they have that really nice Blu-ray box set, which I don't think is too expensive, or at least at one point it wasn't too expensive. I have the Blu-ray box set in my main collection. I kind of want to maybe get that for the van as well. And the disc on this was not minty either, so I'm gonna end up putting that one back. But yeah, critters definitely. I don't like saying it, but critters is definitely something I want in the van. The movie only. All right, so I'm thinking this is pretty much going to do it for the media. I really don't see anything else I want to pick up. I did go through all of this 3 times, even went through all the CDs, and I'm not finding anything else I necessarily need. Some things that I'm intrigued by for the van, but just not at these prices. I just don't want to pay $4 for something for the van, even though Inglourious Basterds is very, very tempting. Definitely a movie I do want for the van, though it's missing a disc. So I wouldn't have bought that anyway. All right, gonna pass on that. I think I'm gonna pass on everything else. Again, there was some other stuff I was tempted by, but it was scratched and not very good condition. Or again, the pricing was just too high. But I am intrigued by this movie here. Again, if you guys have seen it, leave your comments down below. Let me know. Am I doing good by picking this up? This is gonna be it though. This is the only bit of media I am going to grab, which is okay because I did say it is my goal every time I go out thrifting to find at least one thing. I have found one thing, and we still have Disney to look through. We still have toys to look through. We still have every other section to look through. I don't even know why. Again, I'm looking at mugs. I don't need mugs. All right, we're gonna find something else. So now that I've actually bought a new van, I do really want to start looking for stuff for the van. The only issue is, at the moment, I'm not like 100% sure what I need for it. I already have a bunch of stuff, like all kinds of tools and cutlery and plates and things like that. I'm good. I'm good for that's kind of cool. Anyway, I'm pretty much good for all of that stuff, but you never know what else you. Okay, that's ugh. Well, never mind. But I like the little egg chef guy on it. That is pretty cool. Anyway, I don't really know what else I necessarily need for the van right now because I have a lot of stuff, but I guarantee you, as I get the van, built as I get it more built out, as I put shelving in and do this to it and do that to it. There's gonna be all kinds of stuff I go, oh, you know what? I need one of those things. I need one of these things. And then I'll start picking it up, whether I get it used or new. I know there's more stuff I'm gonna end up wanting. Okay, this is something I can maybe possibly use for the van. These are reflectors, I believe, you put up if you have a flat tire or something like that. For some reason, you're pulled over for an emergency. You set these up to keep cars from hopefully smashing into your car. I don't know. I have flares. I feel like flares would probably do the trick, but these are kind of cool. Do I want these? Oh my gosh, they got some weight to them. I don't even know what they're asking. They're only asking $10 for the set of 3. I don't know. I feel like I would buy them and think, yeah, those are great. And then I would have a flat tire, and I would never use them. I'd probably just get out the flares. I feel like flares are like perfect. Flares are, hey, stay away from me. Reflectors are probably like, hey, what's going on with that car? And then you don't want people looking at your car. You want people staying away from your car. That's pretty awesome. Anyway, all right. What I'm trying to say is, I think I'm passing on the reflectors, sticking with the flares. I know those are reusable. I'll have to buy new flares if I use a flare, but I like the idea of flares better than reflectors. Okay, here's the big question of the day. River City, ransom or rebels? You guys leave your comments down below. If you have any idea what I'm talking about, we can be friends. These guys are pretty awesome. Look at the nutcrackers here. These are really, really cool. I love the fireman one. As somebody who grew up in a firehouse and as a dad with a fire chief, this is really, really cool. I do enjoy the like the sequin one as well, and the I don't even know, like the hunter. I guess that's some kind of hunter. That is really cool. I love nutcrackers. I think I've said it before in videos. I always wanted to have a nutcracker collection. I always thought it'd be really cool to pick up like one nutcracker every single Christmas and then just have like a row of them, an army of nutcrackers. You would just get one new one every single year. But I never ended up doing that. I feel like I should have, but I never did. And at this point, like, I don't know if that's a tradition I really want to start. If I was going to start that tradition, I probably should have started it, back when I first bought a house. That would have made sense. I could have already had, something teen of them, but again, I never started the actual tradition, so I think at this point it's too late. I know it's never too late to start new traditions, but I think that's a tradition that I don't want to start now. I wanted to start it a long time ago. I'm good now. All right, so I've been up and down every single aisle, didn't really find anything, but now I'm diving into all the toys, and right away I'm finding a itchy or scratchy. I always forget which one is which. I know as a Simpsons fan, as somebody who grew up with The Simpsons, as somebody who used to watch The Simpsons every single week growing up, I had all the shirts, I had all the mugs, I had everything Simpsons. You think I should remember which one's which? You guys leave your comments down below. This though, of course I know who Snowball is, but which Snowball, which number Snowball is that? That's pretty awesome. I'm gonna pass on the plush, even though I do like the Snowball plush. That is pretty awesome. Only $6 for that, but it's kind of gross. I probably shouldn't even be touching that. They do have a plug and play TV game of what is this, like no, this is like poker. Right? Is that what that is? I have poker. Nah, Sean doesn't need poker, but does Sean need a box of Pokemon cards here for $4? Okay, all right. I'm kind of intrigued by this. Oh, there's a Pokeball in here. And, these are mostly just card holders. Actually, I think there's a couple. Yeah, there's a couple actual legit Pokemon cards in here. Not many. Do I want to grab this for Sean? I mean, it is mostly just these card holders and a Pokeball. I don't know. That's kind of cool for $4, right? I wonder if Sean needs any of those cards. Probably not. He probably has all of them. But I'm sort of thinking for $4, this might be something This might be something I want to pick up. This might be something I should pick up for Sean. And once again, I put my movie down somewhere and couldn't find it. Again, why do I not just put this stuff on the floor? I wouldn't lose it if it was on the floor. I don't know why I'm like, oh, I know. Let's safely put it into the shelf where I'll never find it again. It took me like 3 minutes of searching just to find the DVD that I never should have put on the shelf in the first place. I am finding, I think these are lanyards, Castaway K, and I think these are Universal, Adventure Island. Oh, no, wait, hold on, I lied. These are Disney. Is this Adventures by Disney? Yeah, I think it's Adventures by Disney lanyards. That is actually really, really cool. But do I need more lanyards? I guess not. I mean, I don't need more lanyards. I would buy more lanyards, but I don't really want these ones, and they're $9, so I'm going to end up passing on those. I would totally buy more lanyards. I like using them for conventions, because a lot of times, as I said before, conventions will give you your name badge, and a lot of times the lanyard, it's just like I don't know, I guess like a string lanyard. It's just plain black. It's not anything interesting. It's just a plain, boring black lanyard, and I like to swap them out for a much more interesting lanyard. That's kind of cool. Anyway, all right, see, that's what I do. I put it back on the shelf. I mean, I saw where they were this time, but that's why I'm always losing my stuff. All right, well, I think that is going to do it for the toys. I'm not really finding anything else over here that I want to pick up. They do have yet another snowball. This one actually looks to be not as dirty. That is kind of tempting to pick up, but again, I don't need more plush. I rarely ever buy plush unless it's for Sean or something like that. And even then, very, very selective plush do I buy for Sean. Not that I wouldn't buy plush for me if it was something really, really cool. I mean, sure, but I don't need snowball. So, all right, I do think that is going to do it. Maybe I'll look through the games quickly, and then we're done with the toy section. And I think the board game section's also going to be a bust. They have some interesting things here though, like Light Bright. I would totally buy a Light Bright, but not one of these like newer ones. I would buy one of the big bulky ones that almost look like a TV. I would totally buy one of those to have in the library somewhere. Here's Hangman, but not the Vincent Price version, so gonna pass on that. They got some Dragon Ball poster puzzle thing. They have a Dragon Ball poster puzzle is what I'm trying to say. I think pretty cool, but I'm gonna pass on that. And this is amazing. Fireball Island Race to Adventure. This is like a newer release of that. If that was the original Fireball Island, I'd be buying that in a heartbeat, but the re-release of it, I don't need. So again, they actually have some fairly decent games here, some pretty cool things, but it's just nothing I necessarily need. Not that I really need any board games, but I don't know. Again, like I would buy some board games. I do still need to pick up a good copy of chess for Sean. I don't think I see chess here. I don't know. I want to find like a really nice chessboard for him too. I don't want to get some like crappy thing. Although with that being said, who knows if he'll actually really truly be in the chess. He says he wants to play it, and he's been watching videos on it, and he says he knows all the moves now, but like, I don't know. Maybe okay. The more I think about it, maybe I should just start out with a cheap chessboard, and if he gets really into it, then we'll upgrade to something nicer. Well, this throws a bit of a wrench into the works. I'm finding full-length mirrors, and I do want a full-length mirror in the new van, but I'm only now just remembering that I want a full-length mirror in the new van, and I've been thinking about where I'm gonna put things, trying to like tape stuff off to kind of like, okay, here's where the sink's gonna be, here's where like this shelf's gonna be, here's where like the cabinet's gonna be, here's where that thing is gonna go. I did all that without even thinking about a full-length mirror. So all right, that's something I gotta start thinking about now. Where's a full-length mirror gonna go in the van? I don't know. I don't know what kind I want, and I don't know where it's gonna go. All right, so that's gonna do it for that whole entire. I thought I was dropping the cards for a second there. That's gonna do it for that whole entire section of the store. Now we're finally gonna dive into the Disney section here. Of course, I'm looking for Vinylmations, things like that. I'm gonna pass on the Funko Minis Iron Man. How many things does Funko make? Jeez, I feel like every week I find a new vinyl thing that Funko does. They must be like bajillionaires, although I don't know why they focus on so many different things. I guess to see if anything will stick. They just kind of throw stuff out there, and if something sticks, and they have another $1 billion franchise on their hands. I don't know. Anyway, there's not really much over here. This is kind of a weak Disney section. Usually there's a lot more here, but today, not so much. I think those are all legit autographs by the actual characters. These are cool. These are photo albums. No photos. Wait, Oh no, okay, no photos in them. I always check. Sometimes I actually find them with family photos inside, which is kind of, well, I was gonna say kind of bizarre, but no, it's truly bizarre that anybody would donate a photo album with actual photos in them. All right, well, unfortunately, I can already say I don't think we're gonna be finding anything over here. There's just not much to look through. I mean, those ears are kind of neat, but they're asking $10. Nah, probably not. Again, when it comes to the Mickey ear hats, Danielle enjoys them, but we got to find them for cheap. She doesn't wear them that much, so gonna end up passing on that. They got these interesting Pride Mickey like serving trays. Those are kind of cool, but I wouldn't use them for anything. So yeah, I think it's gonna be a bust. That's a cool tumbler though, but again, I wouldn't use it, so I'm going to say no to it. All right, well, unfortunately, that's a pretty weak Disney section this week. All right, but of course, before we do leave, we have to check to see what's behind the counter, and they do have the history of rock and roll back there on DVD. That is really cool. I already have that. I do not need that, but that's a really, really good documentary, and it does appear to be brand new factory sealed, but again, I don't need it. I have it. I would get it for the van, but probably not for the price they're asking, so I think I'm gonna end up passing on that, and I don't think I really see anything up here either. Again, this table used to have the most amazing stuff on it like weeks ago. You would come over here and this whole thing would just be loaded with all kinds of cool, interesting stuff. I would sometimes find Vinylmations and whatnot over here. Now I find pretty much nothing, with the exception of a Philadelphia flyer, which is kind of cool. There you go, some Pennsylvania here in Florida. But I think that's gonna do it. I think we're done for the day. Again, it is my goal to find at least one thing every single time I go out thrifting, and I found a movie that I'm intrigued by. Again, you guys let me know if it's any good. And I found some Pokemon cards for Sean. So not exactly a huge haul, but better than the hauls I've been having recently at Goodwill. Well, with the exception of the one out in where was that? Mount Dora, Florida. That was a pretty good haul. The Mount Dora, Florida Goodwill did give me a pretty darn good haul, but the other ones, I don't know. Every other Goodwill's just been kind of like as of recently. Not sure why, but just haven't been finding very much. So just finding two things alone actually makes me kind of happy. All right, guys, so that's gonna do it for the Winter Garden Goodwill, where all I found was a movie I've never heard of, but looked intriguing. Had me intrigued. Again, you guys let me know. And Pokemon cards for Sean. So yep. Anyway, that's the way it goes. Some days are just better than others, and recently, at pretty much every thrift store I've been to, it's been like this. Just not a lot going on. Some of you guys were saying maybe because it's like the beginning of summer and it's like yard sale season. Here in Florida, yard sale season already happened a couple of weeks ago. So maybe people have just already gotten rid of their stuff or something. I don't know. I'm not quite sure what the reason is, but whatever the reason is, there's just not much. So, all right, that's gonna do it, guys, for the Winter Garden Goodwill. At least we've had a couple interesting things, but all right, hopefully you guys are having a much better day out thrifting. So as always, thank you all so much for checking out this video. Be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, check down below for links to Patreon, check down below for links to Spreadshirt, check down below for a link to my other channel, Retro Resta, for daily adventure videos, and be sure to hit the join button to become a member of this channel. And I will see you guys in the next video. All right, thanks for watching. Have a good one, guys. Bye.